They say the loudest sound in the world is a scream, but I tell you, the loudest sound is the silence of a heart that trusts God when the whole world turns against it. Imagine this moment. You are Maryam, you are young, you are alone, and you are carrying a secret that could cost you your life. There is no father for this child. There is no explanation that people will accept. In their eyes, you have committed the unforgivable. You can hear them coming, the whispers turning into shouts, the stones being picked up, the judgment in their eyes before they even see you. Most people would panic, most would run, most would beg for mercy from the crowd. But Maryam, she did something unthinkable. She chose silence, not the silence of fear, but the silence of absolute trust. Why? What did she know that we don't? Today we uncover the hidden strength of Maryam, not just as a mother, but as the woman who taught humanity how to stand alone with God. If you feel misunderstood today, if you feel like the world is judging you without knowing your truth, listen closely, because her story is not just history. It is your survival guide. She withdrew to a remote place, away from the noise, away from the judgment, just her, the palm tree, and her pain. The Quran describes her agony. Oh, I wish I had died before this and was in oblivion, forgotten. Have you ever felt that desire to just disappear? To let the earth swallow you so you don't have to face the shame? That is human. But notice what happens next. God does not send an angel to fight her battles. He does not send a voice from the sky to silence the crowd. He speaks to her from beneath her. Do not grieve. Indeed, your Lord has provided under you a stream. Look at the symbolism. When she felt lowest, God sent water from the ground. When she was hungry and weak, He shook the tree to drop fresh dates. He didn't fix her reputation instantly. He fixed her heart. He gave her sustenance. He reminded her, I am here. Even in this desert, even in this silence, I am providing for you. This is the secret. God doesn't always remove the problem immediately. Sometimes He gives you the strength to endure it. He feeds your soul when the world starves your body. Maryam realized she wasn't alone. She was in the care of Al-Razak, the provider, and that realization changed everything. But before she returned to her people, there was the birth. Imagine the pain, the isolation, the fear of the unknown. She was alone in a valley where no human had ever set foot. No midwife, no family, just her and her Creator. The Quran says she shook the trunk of the palm tree. Why? Was it from pain, from anger, or from desperation? Scholars say it was all three. But notice God's response. He didn't stop her shaking. He didn't remove the pain instantly. Instead, He used her effort as a trigger for His mercy. Shake it, and it will drop upon you fresh, ripe dates. This is a profound lesson for us. Sometimes God waits for us to make a small move, to shake our own palm tree, before He sends the relief. He honors our struggle by making us partners in the miracle. And then a voice said, Eat and drink and be content. In the midst of labor, in the midst of agony, God commanded her to find contentment, to eat, to drink, to trust that her body and soul were being cared for by the best of providers. She wasn't just surviving, she was being nurtured. In the most vulnerable moment of her life, she experienced the most intimate care from Allah. This is the secret of Tawakkul. It is not waiting passively. It is trusting so deeply that even in pain, you can find peace. Even in loneliness, you can feel loved. Now, imagine the scene when she returned. She walked into her village. People stared. Whispers turned into shouts. Accusations flew like arrows. Oh, Maryam, your father was not a bad man, nor was your mother unchaste. They wanted her to speak. They wanted her to beg. They wanted her to admit guilt or plead for mercy. But Maryam did not open her mouth. She simply pointed to the baby in her arms. The crowd laughed. How can we talk to someone who is still in the cradle? It seemed absurd. It seemed like madness. But then, the impossible happened. The baby, Jesus, spoke, not with the cry of an infant, but with the wisdom of a prophet. Indeed, I'm the servant of Allah. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet, and He has made me blessed wherever I am. In that single moment, every accusation was silenced. Every judgment was shattered. Why did Maryam stay silent? Because she knew that when you defend yourself, you engage with their logic. But when you let God defend you, He uses a logic they cannot comprehend. Her silence was not weakness. It was the ultimate act of defiance against injustice. It was a declaration that my Lord is sufficient for me and He knows best. She didn't need to prove her innocence. She only needed to point to the truth, and the truth spoke for itself. Then came the hardest test. She returned to her people, carrying her baby. The accusations flew like arrows. "Oh, Maryam, you have certainly done a thing unprecedented." They waited for her to speak, to defend herself, to cry. But Maryam pointed to the cradle. They mocked her. How can we speak to one who is in the cradle? And then the impossible happened. The baby spoke, clear, articulate, powerful. "Indeed, I am the servant of Allah. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet." In that moment, Maryam's silence was vindicated. Her trust was proven right. Why did she stay silent? Because she knew that when you put your case in God's hands, He becomes your best lawyer. He becomes your strongest defender. Her silence was not passive. It was active warfare against doubt. It was a declaration that my Lord is sufficient for me. She didn't need to prove her innocence to them. She only needed to be faithful to Him. Dear friend, maybe you are facing your own crowd today. Maybe you are being judged for a decision only you understand. Maybe you feel isolated in your faith or your struggles. Remember Maryam. Remember that God sees the truth even when people see only scandal. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is stay silent. Trust that God is working beneath the surface, that He is preparing a miracle you cannot yet see. Don't beg for understanding from those who refuse to listen. Turn to Him. Whisper, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Let Him handle the rumors. Let Him handle the judgment. Let Him handle the outcome. Your job is to trust. His job is to provide. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs courage today, and subscribe to Divine Ayah, because we believe that every soul has a story worth telling. May Allah grant us the courage of Maryam, the silence of trust, and the certainty that He is always, always enough. Ameen.